And I'm dead serious. This is the Broom Mod. I know a lot of you're thinking this has got to be some kind of joke, but it's not a joke. I swear. Watch this. So you just take your broom, you activate it, your character will do a sweeping animation, and everything magically moves back where it is supposed to be. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you just saw that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new video. It's been a while. A lot has happened. First I got distracted by Destiny Lightfall, and it was kind of a narrative disaster, but everything else was, broadly speaking, pretty good, but that was a whole thing. Then my computer broke down for a while. That was not fun. Then I made a video, and I had it ready to go, but the day it was supposed to go up, the mod got updated, like hugely updated, and it basically invalidated the entire video. So that's still kind of up in the air. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Starfield has been officially revealed. I will be modding the ever-loving fuck out of it as soon as my first playthrough is done, and there will be videos to come about that. I am planning to do a bit of a reboot around that time. I think there's going to be a lot of stuff to be looking at when Starfield comes out, so I'm excited for that, but we're not talking about that today. Today, we're going to be talking about utility mods. And I know that doesn't sound super exciting, but I promise you it is. Okay, I've been wanting to make this video for a while. I've finally got it together. It's taken shape, so we're going to do this. So my load order currently contains... Shit, I should probably double check that number. 1,285 mods. This totals over 250 gigabytes. Which is 75 gigabytes larger than what I have read the install size of Call of Duty Warzone is, and that is also, I think, more than double the size of what Starfield is going to be. So it takes a lot to keep that under control, and I'm going to show you today some of the tools I use to do that. I think everyone should have these, but, I mean, it's up to you, dude. That's the beauty of it. You get to decide however you want to make your game. We're going to focus on utility mods that the average user actually, interacts with. Not things like engine fixes, keyword item distributor, sound record distributor, base object swapper, display tweaks, spellbook item distributor, animation motion revolution, all that kind of shit that's kind of under the hood. Because as important as they are, like, you absolutely need all of them, right? But if I wanted to go over all of those, we'd be here all day. And also, a lot of it's pretty advanced even for me. I don't really get the nitty-gritty of how a lot of it works, so I'm probably not the best person to speak about it anyways. But I've got 7 mods for you today. One of these is old, but gold. 5 of them are not old, but also not new. And then one of them is hot off the press. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a brand spanking new mod that was released on, I think, July 1st, and I am recording this on July 11th. So that one will be at the end. The video will be separated into chapters so you can easily navigate. Alright, let's do this. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we've arrived at our first destination, and also technically our only destination, as this is the only mod that is actually a physical place in the game. But this is Leveler's Tower. Now, we're not going to go too deep into this one, because several years ago, I actually did a full walkthrough of this house. Minus one secret room that I didn't know about at the time. But anyways, the short of this is that even though a lot of the functions of this house have been replaced by other mods in this list, mostly the next mod in this list, it is still reliable enough and convenient enough, being right outside Helgen and such, that I do use this as a bit of a starting place to recreate my character. I kind of play it like a New Game Plus kind of thing. And I recreate a lot of my character, minus a few things, obviously. And this is where I do that, because it can take up to 30 minutes for me to set up a new game with how many settings I have and shit. But yeah, this is an awesome little house. It's got a lot of character creation tools that you can use to make a character, make a new character, recreate an old one, whatever the hell you want to do. But yeah, so we're going to be using this as a base for the rest of the video, and we're going to be showing off stuff from within here. So, let's go. Alright, I actually changed my mind. We're going to do the rest of this out here, just because it's a bit more photogenic, I think. First on this list, Proteus. Wait, no, sorry, this is second. Second on this list, Proteus. Proteus is a tinkerer's best friend. What is Proteus, you ask? Well, in return, I ask you, what isn't Proteus? I could probably spend an entire video of the same length as this one. Oh, dear. I could probably spend an entire video of the same length as this one talking about Proteus, and I probably wouldn't get through all of its features. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of a rundown. Let me start you off with an example. One thing that has always bugged me in vanilla Skyrim was that there is no master equivalent to the basic flame, frost, and shock spells. Like, dude, sometimes you just want to go Emperor Palpatine on a dragon or something, right? But once you get to the high end of the game, you can't really do that. And obviously there are mods that add such things. But we're talking strictly vanilla Skyrim, and this is just an example. So, or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe you like the concept of a spell, but you think it's overpowered. It makes the game too easy. Well, back in the day, if you wanted to do something about this, what you'd have to do is shut down the game, go into the creation kit, boot up the old CK, and once you're in there, you'd have to go into the spell menu and manually change the magnitude, which magnitude is like the damage, but it also applies to things like, you know, healing spells and stuff like that. So magnitude is the term that it is used in the engine. But then you'd have to go change it in the engine and make a new plugin file or modify said plugin file if it was part of another mod. It was a whole ordeal. It's really a pain in the ass. But now we have Proteus. So let's do that same thing that I was just talking about there. So a gout of fire that does 12 points of damage per second. It's not that great. That's not that much damage, especially with this load order. But with Proteus, we can just go into spell edit, flames, and then we can change the magnitude, duration, or area of effect. So let's say we want it to do 90 points of damage for some reason. 90. Okay, it does 135 now, but that's because my skill level is modifying it. But it's the base damage of the spell is now 90. And then, once you're done with that, once you're happy with it, you can permanently save the spell either on this character or on all player characters. And you do all of this without even shutting down the game. Like, dude, I've been using this mod for like 2 years, and it still just breaks my brain when I say it out loud. It's wild, and that's not even the coolest thing it can do. Okay, you want more? So you can also do the same thing with your armor. You can enchant your armor. You can change the stats of it. You can even change its type. Like I think you can change it from like light to heavy. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but I think you can do that. You can change thing. I don't have an NPC in front of me, so we can't really interact with that menu, but you could do things like take control of the NPC. It's kind of janky. Be careful with that. But here, get this. So, player. So you've got a whole bunch of stuff in here. You can edit basically anything about your player that you want. But there's another thing. You can create a new character in the same game and then switch between them and use the one you're not using as a follower. Yeah, this is real. Like, if you don't know about this, I'm sure that probably just broke your brain. But dude, I'm telling you, this is the real freaking deal. This is all a thing. So I'm not gonna do a demonstration of that here because it takes a while, and we've got to move on to the other mods. But point is, go take a look at Proteus, dude. If you haven't heard of this mod, get familiar. All right, let's move on. Next up, Skyrim Cheat Engine. Now, this is actually a companion mod to Proteus. They're meant to go together. So if you've ever used the old add item menu in Skyrim, in Old Rim, or in Special Edition, this is basically the modern equivalent of that. And if you don't know what add item menu was, it was essentially this thing. You got a little pack when you installed the mod, and you got 2 spell books, one for like a lesser power, and then one little miscellaneous object that you could interact with. And when you interacted with them or used the power, it would pull up a menu, and you could either search through your mods manually or just search for an object, and it would pull that object up in the inventory. So if you needed to get a weapon from a different mod, and you didn't want to have to like spawn it in with the console, or have to go and find it wherever it is in the game, you can just spawn it in with add item menu. But now we have it bound to a hotkey, Skyrim Cheat Engine, and it's a lot more organized. So let's say you want a blacksmith's elixir. You just go into potions, search potions, blacksmith's elixir, and so you could do view potions in inventory screen, which is how the old add item menu version did it. However, the problem with this is that you only get one. If you needed like a resource like firewood or clay or something, this wasn't really practical for that because you'd have to repeatedly search it over and over and just get one at a time. But with cheat at menu, you can select specifically the thing you want and specify how many you want. So let's say, dude, I want 150. Boom. So that's pretty straightforward. We're going to move forward. It does also have a couple other features. You can get Dragon Souls perk points, and then there's also a thing that dispels all active effects, which I find to be quite useful if you happen to have some sort of effect stuck on you. Like, I don't know. I mean, I've seen some visual effects get stuck, and this can help with that. So, anyways, moving on to the next one. All right, so we had all that talk with Proteus. Now, you might have noticed something about Proteus, and that's that it's designed mostly to edit individual objects, individual characters, individual spells, armor, that stuff. But maybe you want something a bit more global. Well, for you, my friend, we have Skyrim Configuration Menu. This is a relatively new mod. It came back out around February, I think. I don't think it was around when I made my last video, so it's new. It's newer than that. And I mean, just look at this, dude. Fall height, NPC fall height, player fall height. I mean, I'm not even gonna bother listing all this off. Just look at how many different things you can change. It's insane. So if you want to personally balance out your game, boy, Proteus, cheat menu, and this, and you are set. So, by all means, please investigate these mods. Go give them some support. They are worth your time. All right, let's move on to the next one. Okay, we are back in Leveler's Tower for this next demonstration. Now listen up. I'm dead serious when I say that for a certain number of you, this may well be your favorite mod of the day, or in this video. And I'm dead serious. This is the Broom Mod. I know a lot of you're thinking this has got to be some kind of joke, but it's not a joke. I swear. Watch this. So, this is a mod that assigns the broom an actual function. So here's the scene. This is one I'm sure that many of you are familiar with. You're walking through your house. It's got tons of loose clutter decorating the tables. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, your finger slips and... What? No, okay, let's try that again. There we go. Oh no! What a mess I've made. What am I gonna do? Now, a lot of people would probably just straight up reload their saves the minute something like this happened. But no, not you, sir, because you have the Broom Mod. So you just take your broom, you activate it, your character will do a sweeping animation, and everything magically moves back where it is supposed to be. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you just saw that. Is that not absolutely monumental for those of you who got a cleanliness fixation thing? Yeah, you know what I meant to say. Look at that. It's called sweeping organizes things. As with everything else, link will be in the description. Go get it. Moving on. All right, another little short entry. This one is called Where Are You? Now, if you've ever had to deal with an NPC that got stuck somewhere, or maybe you just didn't know where they were, again, I'm sure this is probably ringing a bell to a lot of you. NPCs in Skyrim, they can be a bit hard to keep track of, a bit hard to keep under control. But for you, there is Where Are You? So it's bound to a hotkey like this. So we've got a search bar here. So let's say we want, I don't know, Lydia. So it immediately, there was a match. So it immediately pulled her up. So we can see her stats, her info. We can disable her and just turn her off. We can track her. We can visit, which will teleport us to her location. We can view her inventory, or we can just hit teleport. Hey, what's up? Okay, and then she's leaving again. But, yeah. So if you've ever got a stuck NPC, or you need to move an NPC around to force a quest dialogue, a bit of quest dialogue to move forward or something, there you go, man. Where Are You? Link will be in the description. That's where it is. Sorry, I'll move on. Alright. It's the last mod of the day, ladies and gentlemen. This one is hot out the oven. It is like 2 weeks old as of the time I'm making this video, so I'm a little late to the party, but not that late. It is called Photo Mode. And just look at this, dude. Look at this. You've even got a button in the main system tray for it. But I have it bound to F6, and just look at it, dude. It's a photo mode. Like, what, like, you've got all kinds of options. You got field of view, roll, translate speed. Oh, that's the speed of the camera movement. Depth of field. You can choose whether or not you want time to be frozen or not. And I mean, yeah. So, dude, if you're a creative type, like you like to do some screen archery, or maybe you just have a really pretty game and you just like to show it off to your friends, boy, I've got some good news for you. Photo mode. Here we are. So you can change which key you want it to be bound to, but also this is just a little bit of extra icing on the cake. You can make it so that if you check this, your screenshots, the ones that you take with this mod, will appear in loading screens either as a full screen print, just covering the entire screen, or as being a painting in a frame. And you can actually add like an oil paint filter to it to make it look so. Here, let's see if we can trigger that. Okay, alright, I'm giving up. I can't get one to show up right now. But if you download the mod, you will see for yourself. And either way, that's kind of just a nice little bonus feature. So, yeah, that is just the tiny taste of many of the mods that I use in my save to keep things running nice and smooth, which they are right now, 145 FPS. I don't know what happened. My game just started running way better this last playthrough. I really have no explanation for it. Like, my performance almost doubled in most places. It's really bizarre, but I'm not complaining. I'm still trying to figure out how that happens so I can keep it that way. But anyways, yeah, we're going to end this video today. I hope you guys like these mods. You should. Go get them. Because I use them, like, literally every day. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, maybe click subscribe, or like it, or comment and say, Sarcastic Dragon, what the fuck? Dude, this is all, like, sorcery, and I know. Like, that's just the state of Skyrim mods nowadays. Like, you think that magic doesn't exist, and then Doodlezoid drops a new mod, and you're like, oh, well, shit. I don't know, dude. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.